You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. If you haven't heard, man, Pain in the Grass is back. That's right. Pain 2019 is awesome. Perhaps the biggest ever. Hard to argue with it because you got 3 big days. Tuesday, July 30th, Friday, August 2nd, Saturday, August 3rd. All happening at the White River Amphitheater.
Corrosion of Conformity is going to be there. First time finally going to see those guys. They're playing with Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, some great local bands like Pound, Woodshed, and System 7. All of that on Saturday alone, BJ.
That's the Saturday show.
Can't wait.
And don't forget, man, if you haven't done the Palace Law Premium Experience, you got to check that out. First of all, you get to hang with me. That's just worth the price right there.
BJ's drunk. He's nice.
I'm actually nice, yeah. You'd want to pay 3 times the amount they're going to charge you to hang with drunk me. Plus, they give you good food, too. Ooh, yeah. And, of course, you get to hear the music. There's also some great interviews with bands that happen in that premium area, which is really, really fun. So,
an opportunity to meet certain band members. It's really cool.
Yeah, so you want to check that out. Again, you can find that out. All the info, just go to KISW.com. You want to buy tickets right now, go to LiveNation.com. $2 for each ticket sold, benefiting the Vitology Foundation. That's cool. All the info, KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs. Or maybe we could whack him instead. It's Whack It Wednesday.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
And Steve was definitely Mr. Wacky earlier. We got to turn this around, man.
Oh, no. That's, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll do, I don't even think we do turn around anymore.
No, we don't. I was going to say, we don't do those on different days. We
so now we'll make it turn around Wednesday. Let's do it on Whack It Wednesday.
That doesn't flow.
All right.
Let's just get to our contestant. We've got Don and Puyallup to take on Steve. Don, are you there, sir?
I am.
Excellent. What's he playing for today?
Ticket to see Clutch and Dropkick Murphys over at the WAMU Theater on October 15th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to see Clutch and the Dropkick Murphys, get your tickets now. Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. Yeah! For those playing at home, Don will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Don, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Marvel Comics was acquired by which major media and entertainment company in 2009?
Warner Brothers.
No.
Lucasfilms.
No.
DreamWorks.
No. Which singer was known as the Walrus of Love?
Oh my gosh. Meatloaf.
No.
Nice.
Pass.
Which female appeared on the 1999 U.S. dollar coin?
Sacagawea.
No.
Betsy Ross.
No.
Oh, Donnie.
Harry Tubman.
No. What name did Weird Al Yankovic give to his version of Beat It?
Eat It.
Yes.
There you go.
Where does Harry Potter have a lightning-shaped scar?
On his forehead.
Yes.
Nice.
What number does the Roman numeral XVI stand for?
Let's see. 16.
Yes. The Chrome internet browser was created by what company?
Chrome, that would be MSN.
No.
Microsoft.
Nope. Don, you got 3 correct.
Yeah, Donnie. I mean,
terrible.
Donnie.
It is not good. You're right.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say terrible.
No, it's close.
Yeah.
terrible.
Okay. Well, Danny says it's terrible, so sorry about that, Don.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
I
It's
agree.
not. It's not that kind of terrible.
No, it's not, at least, but
Steve, yeah, you got your work cut out for you, Steve.
you certainly do. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Marvel Comics was acquired by which major media and entertainment
Disney.
company in 2009? Yes. Which singer was known as the Walrus of Love?
Barry White.
Yes. Which female appeared Which female appeared on the 1999 U.S. dollar coin?
Susan B. Anthony.
Yes.
Nice.
What name did Weird Al Yankovic give to his version of Beat It?
Eat it.
Yes. Where does Harry Potter have a lightning-shaped scar?
On his Hogwarts.
No.
Wow. On his head.
Yes. What number does the Roman numeral XVI stand for?
XV. That is 16.
Yes.
Nice.
The Chrome
Nah.
internet browser was created by what company?
Microsoft.
No.
Oh, Firefox.
No.
Windows.
No.
Oh.
What comic played the lead in the 2009 movie Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Kevin James.
Yes. Hydrogen sulfide is known to have the smell similar to rotting what?
Fish.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Rotting
5,
fish.
6, 7. You win 7-3. Sorry, Don.
Sorry, Don. And really, with the way
No
he answers some of these, it's embarrassing. No, you're not.
He is. He
No,
won by a
rotting
very large
fish.
margin.
No.
He got the Walrus of Love question, which I didn't think anyone would get.
I'll give him that. I will give him that. That's a really good guess.
I thought that was going to be a hard one.
It was a hard one. I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
I still would have beat Steve, though.
Would you have?
Oh, because he didn't know who made Chrome. He doesn't know what
Who makes Chrome?
Google.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, and rotten eggs. I mean, he doesn't know that either.
Yeah, rotten eggs.
He's done. I would have, he would have got one that I wouldn't have got, and he would have been done.
Actually, yeah, you would have ended up winning.
Rotten eggs?
Yeah, it's rotten eggs. So if you get that rotten egg smell, that's the hydrogen sulfide, which is usually what they have in the stink bombs.
Got you.
Like the little pranky ones that usually get let out in school.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Steve. You won with 7 correct.
Hey, that means caller number 7, you are checking out Clutch and Dropkick Murphys. Caller number 7, 206-421-ROCK. Good job, man.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, buddy. Well, speaking of Disney, this guy was trying to get Disney's attention. So to do that, because he wanted a gig, he basically rented out a billboard near their park in Orlando. And it reads, quote, "Dear Walt Disney World executives and HR, experienced EA/PA professional seeking position as a WDW assistant." I have no idea what the hell any of that stuff is.
Well, I would imagine they do at least.
Yeah. Then it lists his phone number, his email address. His name is Brandon. Currently lives in New York, but he previously worked for Disney World as part of the company's college program. He started off as a character attendant before working his way up to a character captain.
Wait, so he hung out with the characters?
Yeah, but he still worked for the company. You'd think that would give him something.
Well, I mean, when you left the job, maybe they were just like, we're done with you.
Yeah.
What is a character captain? Does he is he in charge of telling what characters where to be and when?
Yeah, basically. They make sure that they don't get mobbed, that kind of thing, by kids and whatnot.
Oh, so he's not dressed in a costume at that point. He's just hanging out.
No, yeah.
Okay. In a statement, a Disney rep said, quote, "We appreciate the creativity and encourage anyone interested in a role with us to apply at DisneyCareers.com.
Oh, shut
Don't
down.
call us, we'll call you." Yeah.
Wow, they didn't even give him a chance?
Yeah. When
I mean, he was good enough to have at one point.
Yeah, I know. And when told about the statement, Brandon was like, "Oh, it's awesome they acknowledge the billboard." Really? It's awesome they acknowledge the billboard and you paid for it and you got nothing.
I guess being Goofy's assistant's a little bit different than being an executive.
True. Well, and the college program is really it's sold to college kids as hey, but it's basically just like a very poorly paid internship where they just get people in their stores. My ex-wife did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And got nothing for it,
She
huh?
didn't really like it. She didn't last summer.
Who was the biggest jerk? Was it Mickey, Goofy?
Cinderella. Who was
she
a
a bitch?
Who was a smoker, apparently, because they have all these titles under Disney World where they like stage for parades and stuff like that. And apparently every time she saw Cinderella, she was smoking and she had like the very like voice and was just like really like grumpy every single time.
Good job, Cindy.
It's a tough job being Cinderella.
I can imagine so.
Yeah, you
A
got
lot of pressure, all these little girls looking up to you.
Got to ride around in a pumpkin all the time, but you got to be home before midnight.
Yeah.
That's BS. That make me smoke.
You got all these rules, man. It's stressful.
That's really tough. And don't forget the sisters and the mother. You got to deal with them.
Do they hang out at Disney World, though?
Well, I mean, that's for history. You don't know, yeah. Oh, the sisters and mothers do hang out, see? Yeah.
I wonder what they get paid. Like Mickey Mouse, whoever plays Mickey Mouse.
From what I remember, it was minimum wage.
To be a character.
I believe so. I could be wrong with that, but I remember that it wasn't that expensive, like that much more.
Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
thank you. That was my Mickey.
That was terrible.
Does the same person only play
Mickey? No.
What the hell is happening here, man?
You have a question?
Serious question.
Yeah, you have a serious question?
Yes,
you go right ahead. You ask Danny. Danny's our expert.
So let's just imagine, like, okay, Billy plays Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Does Billy only play Mickey Mouse, or does Billy also maybe on Tuesdays play Goofy?
There's height requirements. So usually girls are only Mickey Mouse because they're the height requirement that Mickey needs to be, but they can play Mickey, Stitch, stuff like that.
Okay.
Whereas Goofy, you have to be a certain because the costume's bigger.
And who the F plays Tigger? Because I want to knock him out for hitting on my wife.
Probably the same person that plays Goofy.
All right. So I got to talk to Goofy or Tigger.
Yeah.
So how about Goofy comes out after you're pissed off at Tigger and you don't know it's the same guy still,
Oh, and he comforts her.
Yeah, and he comes out, it's the same guy.
The same person.
Yeah.
Pervert.
That guy. What a deal, man. You get to come out in all these different costumes. You can be a completely different guy in different costumes.
Could you imagine if that happened? Like,
That's
if
a
I
great
just
gig.
snapped on Tigger.
That would be amazing.
Like, man snaps on Tigger for flirting with his wife.
Yeah, that would be, again, another great video that we would have of you.
That is a thing in Disney World, though. The genie, my wife.
Dude, I've witnessed it firsthand. He wouldn't let go of my wife.
Will Smith hit on your wife?
Yeah,
What the hell?
he did.
Damn.
And it looks like all the people have to dress up as fur characters first, and you get paid less for being a fur character than a quote face character. Because there's a face premium.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to talk, and you have to be personable as opposed to Mickey Mouse. You don't have to talk.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
You just
Oh,
have to
that's
make
right.
the kiss noise.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's dumb.
What, they do that really from inside the costume when they kiss a kid?
Yeah.
That's all he says all day.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
that's weird. I didn't know they made that noise. I think that's creepier than not talking.
I wonder
The only
if
thing
it
they ever
sounds.
say is mwah.
I wonder if
That's
that's.
not mwah, it's
Okay,
So it's not.
Ah!
no,
that's a different
that's
kind of-
Tigger.
Yeah.
That is Steve's wife. Yeah.
I love that Steve's wife. That's kind of like a semi version of Tigger.
Also terrible.
Whatever.
No, I thought Tigger was in the room.
Do you feel like Tigger was here? That's right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, it is time for Listeners on the Loose. We can do better, can't we?
Sir.
Well, the listeners can. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Anything you want to talk about, you pick the topic, you guide the show. Your calls, your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's simple. You want to talk about something old, something new? It's all you, baby. But remember, Steve has one rule.
That's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, you will be gone, and we'll have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Larry in Auburn. Larry, you are on The Rock.
Hey, how you doing today?
Not too bad, Larry. What you got for us today, buddy?
Well, you were talking about would you quit your job and start a business?
Yeah, what would you do, man?
Well, me and my wife already did.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, thanks. She quit at Christmas, and I quit at the end of February, and we opened up a restaurant down here in Auburn.
Oh, damn, dude.
What's the name of the restaurant?
Bella's Bistro and Bar.
Bella's Bistro and Bar. And what kind of cuisine do you folks have?
Home-cooked Italian.
Oh.
Okay, we're coming. Yeah, right now.
All right, Larry, any one of you guys have any Italian blood in you? Because that's my one complaint about this area is that, they got Italian restaurants and they're pretty good, but a Bostonian, Steve's a New Yorker, we know Italian.
Well, I kind of hit the trifecta. I married an Italian that grew up in New York who was a Catholic.
Oh, you got it all. Yeah. You got it all, my friend.
I call it the trifecta.
Ooh, okay.
So she grew up in the business. Her father owned some delis on Long Island. And, 40 years later, she met me, and we decided to open up a restaurant.
Well, dude, I hope it goes well. I mean, the restaurant business is not an easy business, but man, we surely could use awesome Italian around
I'm looking
here.
at their menu, and I'm getting
I've been really pleasantly surprised. We've been very busy for only being open less than 2 months. So
okay,
we've been really pleased.
Steve, is it bad that I want your meatballs in my mouth right now?
And cannoli.
Don't forget the
meatball
cannoli.
sub. The meatball sub, man, looks.
Yeah,
we got them both. You guys should come down. I'll treat you to lunch.
Oh, dude, that's an offer that's really
BJ
hard
will
to
pay.
refuse.
It's all good.
BJ's going to pay. We got that.
Oh man,
anytime we're open every day but Sunday.
Okay,
nice.
Bella's
just like Chick-fil-A.
Okay, every day but Sunday.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, come on! I got a chicken parmesan that would put that thing to sleep.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's right. Spoken like a true Italian restaurateur. Hey,
that place looks great. That's awesome. Congratulations to you guys.
Congratulations, Larry.
We have plenty of Italian wine and spirits, beer, spaghetti, baked ziti, sandwiches, homemade minestrone soup.
What are you doing to
everything
us,
that Mom
Larry?
and Grandma would make on Sunday.
All right, there we go, Larry. Thank you, Larry.
Stop it.
Yeah, we can't have it anymore. We're too hungry, Larry.
Oh, man, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Bella's in Auburn.
Yep, Bella's Bistro in Auburn.
And I love that there's a patio so you can eat outside when it's nice.
And we're going to have a nice weekend.
Yes, we are.
So, hey, maybe that's the place to go, guys.
That's the place to go, guys.
Hey. Oh, man, I want to go.
Then go.
I'm so hungry. Let's go to Sean in Anacortes, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Sean, you are on the Rock.
Yo, BJ Shea.
Yo, Sean, what's up? Yeah.
Not much. It's always going to food, it seems like, whenever you guys are talking.
Hey, this time it was a listener that did it, man. You can't blame us.
I can, really, but... kind of out of left field, but I was talking to a friend yesterday who had to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a test screening of a movie that he had just this last weekend.
So he was asked to screen a movie, but it wasn't like a media screening where they open it up or a free screening where they sometimes do before a movie comes out. This was a particular, let's see what you think of it, but you can't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, precisely. Like, you can't tell anybody about the studio or anything.
Whoa. Have you ever had that happen, Steve?
No.
No one's ever asked me to do something like that. That's awesome. How did he get picked for that?
He's a PA, productions assistant for a couple different studios down in LA. But it just made me think about, have you guys had any test screenings for any big movies ever?
Just Babysitters Part 2.
Just Babysitters Part 2.
That was awkward.
Yeah, they sent it. Yeah, it was.
No, never had that opportunity. We've had opportunities to see screenings of films before, everyone, but with a lot of other people as well.
Yeah,
like other media people.
Yeah, we could talk about it. I mean, there'd be embargoes. Every once in a while there's an embargo where they go, "Hey, please don't mention this movie until Friday. It comes out."
Yeah.
But nothing like what it sounds like what happened to your guy. I was able to sort of do a test listening of an album, and it was the old band Foreigner, and I lived in Rochester, New York, and worked for the station there. And so Lou Graham, also from Rochester, and he's like, "Hey," and he invited us over, check out our new album, which at the time Foreigner was huge. This was like 30 years ago, and it was. I'm like, this is great. All right, Lou, sure, we'll come over. And there's no more of an awkward feeling when you don't like the record.
Oh, I know.
Oh, God.
Really?
You got to sit there and pretend you do.
Well, at least you didn't have the person in the band dancing in front of you while you were listening to this record.
Oh, God. Now, Lou wasn't that bad. No.
That's what happened when I had to go. I've talked about this before. I'll shorten the story, but I got to interview Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit at Summer Sanitarium. And they said, well, before you do the interview, we want you to hear the new record. And I'm a Limp Bizkit fan. Still am. Sure. I still enjoy those guys. And actually, the record that I got to hear, I'm a fan of. I know it's one of the more least liked records by them because it was without Wes Borland, but it was Results May Vary, the record they did without him. But it was really freaking awkward because they had me in their dressing room like, you're one of the first people outside of the band that's going to hear this record, which I'm like, cool.
That's pretty awesome.
So they start playing it, and I'm like, I'm enjoying it. Chino from the Deftones is in this room. Other members of the other bands are all hanging out, and I'm just kind of in a, like, a spot in the dressing room just listening to the record, and then Fred comes over and decides to just kind of hover over me doing like his Fred Durst dancing, singing along, performing, basically giving me a lap dance to his own record.
Nice.
And I'm just like, what do I do? Do I look at him?
You're supposed to
Do
stuff
I tip
money in
him?
his pants.
Yeah.
yes.
Do I grab his hips? Do I sit on my hands? I don't know what to do here.
I mean, it's cool, but then it's weird.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward and
awkward, BJ.
Yeah, it's awkward. I mean, if you told me Fred Durst is going to like lip sync his new album and no one's going to get to do it, I'd be, oh, that's cool. But then the way you describe it, you go, oh no, that's not cool at all. It's very awkward.
And I'm a Limp Bizkit fan, so it's not even like I'm an anti-Limp Bizkit guy where it's like, this sucks, I can't believe it. So I'm like, this is cool, I'm getting to hear their record. Oh, that's cool, Fred Durst is here. Oh, there's DJ Lethal smoking some weed and everyone's hanging out. And then now I'm getting like almost a private dance from Fred Durst while the rest of the band is just doing whatever they do.
Well, you really got a Limp Bizkit after that, didn't you?
Super limp.
Damn.
It was weird.
Whoa, that is weird. Yeah, I've been around people that like their work so much that they sing, that like they really get jazzed about their own thing, and that's very awkward. You think that's what it was, or was he thinking he was doing this for you?
No, I think he was just really geeked out about the record because the record hadn't come out yet. So I think he was just really proud of it and probably just feeling it and thought, you know what, this is going to be a cool moment.
Yeah, but like lap dancing in front of some stranger, I don't know if that's, So that's weird.
I'll never forget it, though.
No, you
experience of a lifetime.
If you were a chick, you would have been so happy.
Yeah, I don't know.
No?
I don't know if anyone's going to be happy in that situation.
I got news for you. If there's a female singer, I mean, I would have taken somebody.
Oh! I think you meant Fred, and I'm the chick, and then there's Fred.
Well, like
Fred was a chick.
No, if you were the chick, if you were a chick, you would have dug. I'm sure a lot of women would have loved to have Fred doing a dance in front of them. No,
I don't know.
I would love any woman who I like in a band coming up and doing a dance like that.
Guys
No,
and girls are different, BJ.
All right, you're a good point.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
One has a PP. The other one doesn't.
Well, the other one does. It's just different kind of PP, Steve. I don't know what book you read. Vicky has no PP.
You know what I mean.
I'm still stuck on what movie could this have been, because I feel like it'd have to be like a really big superhero type movie, because those are the crazy, let's keep everything a secret, or like a Godzilla that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm still stuck on. I'm trying to figure out what movie it could be.
They'll test screen anything, though.
And I don't know why. I mean,
but like to have people sign, though?
and the other thing is, if you go to people in the business, is that a good idea? Aren't they kind of jaded because they work in the business? Wouldn't you want to just test regular people that aren't in the movie business?
Maybe not a production assistant. I mean, that guy's pretty low on the totem pole on that.
It's pretty early in his career, so maybe they just trust that he's a younger dude.
You think he still cares about movies? Like he gets geeked
easily,
out?
probably. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Why couldn't it have been us, Steve? We could be the guys. So this is On the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Michael and Lacey, you are on the Rock.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Michael. Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
So back to the topic from just a little bit ago about quitting your job to start a business. I've recently started making mead, like honey wine, and plan to quit my job in the next year or so.
So is there enough call for mead that you could actually quit your job and make a living?
I believe that if I sell it at Tacoma Boys Market out in Puyallup and places like that and ship it, I mean, I'm making a small amount of money just in the couple months that I've started, just from people that I've shown it to and they wanted a second bottle.
So that's what. So do you know? I feel like I'm on Shark Tank. Do you? I mean, I don't know what you do for a living, but do you believe you can actually make money? Like, will you quit your job before you know if it works, or are you just going to go out and
no,
try?
I don't plan to leave my job until it's actually off its feet, because it's something that like I make a bottle of it, stick it on the shelf for like a month and a half, and then it's ready to go. So I mean, I can totally keep my job going until this is on its feet, and it'll just support me.
And will you be able to scale this? Like, will you be able to get other people? Because if it's just you doing it now, it's tough to think you could make enough of mead to actually make a living if it's just you.
Yeah, I've got my girlfriend who's helping me right now, and I got a couple friends that once it gets up on its feet, they said they'd be interested in helping as long as like they can also support themselves. So I have a loose plan. Once I start to get a little farther and actually have a small sales base, not just a couple friends that are buying it, I will have a better idea. But as things look right now, I expect to, within the next 2 years, be just making mead and maybe have a bee farm.
Dude, you said a beet farm?
Bee.
Oh, a bee farm.
Bees.
And
yeah, like
honey wine.
And you'll be selling honey to people? You'll be making money off that too?
Honey wine.
Oh, yep. Honey wine.
That's what mead is.
Oh, mead is. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're grilling about this
like
product that you don't even know
water,
about?
A few other ingredients. It's simple, but it's time consuming and tedious.
So where are you getting where are you getting the honey now? You're just buying the honey somewhere else?
Yeah, I started out buying it at Fred Meyer. I'm actually like looking for like a good farm to buy from. I like Bee King out in Sumner.
All right. You know what? That's where you get to go to Bee King. I mean, that makes sense. All right. Well,
good luck to you.
I don't know anybody who drinks mead.
They do at Ren fairs and stuff like that.
Well, they have it at craft breweries now, like bottle shops everywhere.
And they sell it like at places like Mox. You can get like Viking's Blood is one of the big
I just like that you're
ones.
just grilling on this guy. You know nothing about what he's
Well, I'm
doing.
grilling on so much
You're just like, you got to do this. You got to do
Well,
that.
yeah, I mean,
Way
that
to
takes so
poo-poo
much
over a guy you know nothing about.
It's not poo-pooing. It's the idea that somebody should give the guy
22.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, that's why I love Shark Tank. A lot of people don't really appreciate, like, what you got to do a business. And my first question, I feel like Mr. Wonderful, who's drinking mead? Is it enough that you can quit your job and sell it to people?
Someone says
and yeah?
Someone says there's meaderies all over the place here. It's very popular, but it might become a saturated market.
Okay. Because I don't know anybody that drinks mead. I mean, when do you drink mead, Vicky? I've never seen you drink mead.
They have a farmer's market in Everett, and I got some from a guy who makes it in Bellingham, and it it was quite tasty.
Okay, so
I'll drink it if it's available.
Can they make THC infused ones so it could be mead weed?
They need to. That is what this guy needs to do.
Danny, do you drink mead?
Every now and then. It's not my go-to because I like beer too much, and I'm not a big fan of sweet things. So.
Rev, how about you? You drink mead?
No, because of the carb content.
Steve,
I mean,
how
it's
about
basically
you?
sugar.
I like Diet Coke, so I don't know what this is, actually,
Okay.
to be honest with you.
It's an alcohol.
Oh, okay. I like vodka and tequila, man. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, it's not mead.
No. I don't like wine.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Then you're not going to like honey wine.
No,
either.
it's very
honey
sweet.
wine actually makes me want to try it.
Well, it's a sweet
super
wine,
sweet.
right?
Yeah.
Like when I drink wine when I have to, like I hate the dries and the fancy ones. It's like give me the dessert wine, and everyone thinks I'm like a commoner for just wanting the sweetest wine. So that's why I like mead over just regular wine.
But that's not your drink of choice, though, right? Like if you could drink any alcohol, you don't go for mead, or do you? That's
I
what I'm
usually go
asking.
for whiskey because I don't get a hangover with whiskey.
All right.
But if I'm going to be drinking like a wine of sorts, it's going to be mead.
If it's not in a box, I'm not drinking wine.
Yeah.
No.
I'll put it in a box.
Yeah, I'm not drinking wine unless I have to, and otherwise, good luck to him. Hopefully, but if this person says that the meadery market is saturated, that sucks.
So it says honey mead is awesome, especially if you like sweet wine.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a lot of texters that are fans of the mead.
Well, good. That
See,
makes me
there is
feel
hope.
better for that guy who's going to, get his girlfriend and his friends to help him out.
Yeah.
Watch him come. Watch him be like the mead king in about 10 years.
I hope
I'm
so.
Eating my words.
And I hope that, what was the turning point? He's like, some jackass on the radio was questioning my intentions.
That's good. See, then that gives you motivation. I don't mind being the jackass that motivates people to success. I'm happy with that. Someone's got to motivate these people, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Who are these people?
Who are these
the
people?
mead makers?
The mead makers of the world need to be motivated. And don't forget the restaurateurs. Hey, Bella. All right, you pick the topic. You guide the show. It's listeners on the loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Your calls, your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Terry in Lakewood. Terry, you are on The Rock.
DJ Shay!
Who cares? What's up, Terry?
Hey. So I was hanging out this weekend with some friends of mine, and we were talking about concerts that we had been to. Between the five of us, we figured out that we had been to over 1,100 concerts.
Whoa, nice.
And we started talking about some of the weird lineups that we had seen in concerts. And I remembered in the late 90s going to a Deck the Hall ball at Mercer Arena, and it was Green Apple Quickstep, Good Charlotte, Everclear, and The Cure.
I remember that one.
Wow.
And it was this weird, the crowd, if it had been today for Everclear, it would have been a bunch of guys with their hats backwards, affliction shirts, and bedazzled jeans. And then the crowd for The Cure started showing. In black velvet guys in black velvet dresses with white gloves and flock of seagull haircuts.
But that was the thing, like, I mean, with a lot of radio shows, like, you would just try and pick whatever bands that you felt like were I mean, you're not going to turn on The Cure when you're, the alternative rock station, and then you kind of build a lineup from there. But yeah, you're going to get sometimes the most random pairings. Like, you'll have Orgy playing on a concert when, like some folky rock band is playing, and it's just like, okay, these things don't make sense, but in a weird way they did at the time.
Okay, well, appreciate the call, Terry. Good call. Yeah, well, we were talking about that.
Just wanted to throw his Bedazzled Jeans joke. That's all.
Yeah, I think you wanted to. Yeah, I think, in other words, let's make fun of the people in the crowd that we don't like, that aren't the music that we like. Yeah. But we are. What's the collaboration right now? It's a little weird for people.
Lil Wayne and Blink 182 one's confusing people right now.
Yeah, it's very much confusing people.
That it just doesn't. Like, I mean, maybe Danny can help make me understand this, but I feel like it's just like Blink's trying to like seem cool that they're connecting with this hip hop artist, but if you're a Blink fan, I don't know, are you really dying to see Lil Wayne?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Here's the thing is I feel like, well, obviously Travis Barker has all of his ties to the hip-hop community, and so it makes sense that he's friends with Lil Wayne and everything like Lil Wayne. And I don't know, they released a new single today, and I just kind of listened to it, and I feel like they're just going a very pop route of like what they're trying to do. Like, it sounds very, very, I don't know, very poppy, very like summer, but it's not Blink 182, and I kind of feel like it kind of goes in line with going on tour with Lil Wayne. So I mean, it makes sense to me because it's like, well, all right, but I'm not stoked on it. Like, as a Blink 182 fan, I'm like,
It's probably the same, like, when you look at like the Fall Out Boys, a lot of these pop punk bands, they're starting to realize, well, we're not really going to be able to make longevity when it comes to the punk side of it all. So maybe we focus more on the pop side of it all and get some extra mileage out of, like, the pop audience liking our music, because there's some stuff I heard from bands that I used to think were pretty rad, and then I'm hearing them now and I'm just like, yeah, they're just trying to. I mean, Linkin Park obviously no longer with us, unfortunately. But the last record was just like, man, I can't wrap my head around this one. Like, this is not the band that I was obsessed with when I was younger.
Right, and it's the same. It was the same almost with Good Charlotte, and a lot of it's to do with the producing. I was looking at the new Blink single, and they have like 5 people writing the song, like that are not in the band. The song? It was Matt Skiba. It was Matt Skiba and Travis that did. They were part of it, but there was also like 3 other people listed as writers. And I'm like, maybe the problem is that you are, Matt Skiba, Mark Hoppus, and Travis Barker didn't get into a room and write the songs like they did on all of their old albums or with Tom, So I think that they're just going a very pop route because, like you said, they're trying to mass appeal,
cash in, baby,
as opposed to the people they always played to.
Now, I'm not a huge Blink fan, but I mean, I do know a lot of their songs. And what I find with that band, and I think of another band, even though this is apples to oranges, but I think of like Pearl Jam and I think of Blink 182. I feel like Pearl Jam's a band that ages better. And that's the thing with all those pop punk bands. How do they age? Because
they can't keep trying to sound like they used to, because the people that are fans of them are probably not really into that sound anymore.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I would imagine it's a tough one when you're a pop punk type of a group that, like, how do you sound like a band of people that are in their 40s without seeming kind of sad that you're trying to write these teen anthems again?
True.
You can't really write teen anthems when you're 44.
No, you can't.
Or at that point you have to realize that you're not going to play to stadiums anymore. Like, I feel like Newfound Glory is a band that I listen to, and they're okay with playing, smaller venues like Showbox, like stuff like that, as opposed to trying to do the arenas that they once did with Blink 182.
Yeah, who hit a point where you just have to just cut your ties.
Who's their new audience? Like, who will stick around? Like, you guys make fun of me, but Collective Soul, they made a move where they basically became chick rock, and to the point where they had one of their songs as like the theme song for American Idol a couple years ago. Like, which when they first came out, nobody would ever thought you're going to be at a pop band singing contest. Your song's going to be their anthem, but you got to make a move because you can't be that band you were when you were in your 20s, when you're in your 40s. It's hard.
And as a fan, like, I finally had a point where I'm just like, I can't just keep wasting my time listening to records because I have this nostalgic love for a certain band. I just have to cut my ties with certain bands. Like, Weezer's an example of that. I was the biggest Weezer fan. Those first 3 records are just just perfect in my eyes. I know for not a lot of people, maybe not, but I love that band. This last record and the covers record just completely were like just steaming piles of turds for my ears. Like, I just was not a fan of it at all. No different than Radiohead. Obsessed with Radiohead the first couple of records. Just kind of hit a point where maybe it's like that for you, Danny, where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy the old stuff. I'm always going to love that stuff, but I can't keep following and try and invest into this band that I'm not a fan of anymore.
Yeah, which makes me, I think, give a lot more respect to some of the Seattle sound bands that are still doing it. Because maybe there was something about them that they were so great at the time that they would live long and last long. Because you like the new Alice stuff. I love the new Pearl Jam stuff even better than some of the old stuff.
Well, I always hear when people complain about Alice in Chains because of the singer situation, and it always drives me nuts. In fact, if you don't want to like Alice in Chains because they have a different singer, then that's the band that you need to cut your ties with, and it's okay. But don't keep bitching about it. Like, I'm not going to bitch about Weezer. I mean, I'm bitching about it now, but you know what I mean? But like, I'm not that guy that's like constantly complaining about their new stuff. Like I see some people are. I'm just done with them. For me, Weezer is no longer a band that's putting out music. Like, otherwise it's just going to drive me nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. You're absolutely right. It's a tough one, man.
But there is a lot of respect for bands that can figure it out. Like you said, like Pearl Jam or like Bad Religion. Bad Religion's a punk band that they put out a new album just the other day, and it's a great album. Mm-hmm. Like, to the point of like where you're in your 50s and you want to listen to Bad Religion still. So I don't know.
That's, again, hats off to people that can do it.
They were never a band that was singing about like high school problems.
True. That's why they figured it out in terms of...
they never had a Take Off Your Pants and Jacket album? They never did? Are you sure? Because
I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah,
like,
that's quality
always been, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain, like, I guess, like, some, you know, they weren't this, like, teeny bopper band at any given point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
I'm sorry that you seem to have lost favor with Blink-182. I know today's got to be a tough day for you there, Danny.
Yeah, sorry, Danny.
It's only one song. I'm waiting to hear the rest of the album before I'm completely done, but, you know.
Wow. Okay, Danny. This could be... Danny might actually... What if Danny stops dressing like a pop-punk guy?
Oh, that won't happen.
What if this turns the corner?
That's just silly talk.
That's too far over the line.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Yeah, you know, but then you get some 41 coming out with a song called Out for Blood that sounds better than what they did back in the 90s.
True.
I agree. That band's actually gotten better over time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. All right, here's a question for you. What do Ryan Castle and Courtney Love have in common? Uh-oh. I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. He's the drunk in charge. Now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Courtney Love have in common?
That's the same answer to the Crocs question. There's a musty Gorgonzola nose to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a very great visual. I'm glad that radio's not scratch and sniff.
Kind of footy.
Poor Courtney.
Yeah. Jammy.
Like this text, neither would pass a drug test.
That's true.
Yeah.
Both were once teenage whores.
Yeah.
She had a song called Teenage Whore.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't know about it.
We both used to take our clothes off for money. Yeah.
Yes.
I was a dancer.
And so it says obviously some sort of generic hole joke.
Oh, yeah, there's that. New issue of GQ is out. Courtney Love was asked if Brad Pitt should play Kurt Cobain in a movie.
Isn't he a lot older than Kurt?
Yeah, there's no way he could play him now. Yeah, Brad's almost, he's in his mid-50s, right?
We had Duff McKagan in here a couple of weeks ago, and he insists that Brad Pitt's going to play him in his movie, so I think he's got dibs.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Courtney's response was, quote, Kurt had more presence and more beauty than Brad Pitt. He was a leader. He was strong. In fact, he was well effing hung, if you really want to know.
I want Carl Weathers to play me.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
He also was well hung.
Yeah, he was, if you really want to know. Ryan Castle, he's up next with your well-hung morning 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
I want to get a gentleman's club going. Do you have any ideas for a name? Sweet Nuggets.
Sweet.
I like that.
Nuggets.
I feel like it should be Steve Sweet Nuggets.
Steve Sweet Nuggets.
Can you please at least serve chicken?
Yes. We have an unlimited amount of chicken nuggets to serve you.
Who's going to want to go to a gentleman's club where nuggets are the key?
I would.
Who wants to go to a gentleman's club where steak is the key?
No. I mean, the name Nuggets is like. Oh. I don't want to see. Right, I want to see Steve Sweet Nuggets.
You know what? I could switch it to tater tots, and then we call it Steve Sweet Tots.
There we go.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.